Hey, what's going on, everybody? Get these cameras adjusted, everything all dialed in here, get myself all properly sorted out and whatnot. So, yeah, looking pretty good here, I think. Guess we're just gonna go ahead and go for it. It's 6 o'clock. Got to cut this video short tonight and go to only got about a half hour because I do have a interview with Mr. B's Meadery out of Seattle. My man Brandon Els, I believe his last name is pronounced. So definitely excited to talk with him, and should probably introduce myself before we get too much into this. Hey everybody, I'm TK. This is TK and Drinks Tuesday Night Live. If you've never been here before, I am TK, aspiring BJCP mead judge and host of the YouTube TK and Drinks channel. If you're watching me on Instagram, go scope that out as well on the YouTube channel. I got mead reviews, interviews with meaderies and mead makers and home brewers and people in the industry and whatnot. And and as I was saying, I got to cut tonight's video short because I have one of those interviews coming up with, again, Brandon Els from Mr. B's Meadery in Seattle. So I'm excited for that. So tonight on TK and Drinks Tuesday Night Live, per our usual schedule, going to be getting into a beer, again, from one of Drecker's, who I got two different cameras to focus on here. I think this pretty much gives us the best of both worlds. So this is one of those chonk ones. We've had that before here. I like this one. It's blue and purple and green. It's totally one of my favorite color schemes. And I believe this is a blueberry, blackcurrant, lime, marshmallow, coconut, and lactose. So I'm imagining this is going to be super creamy, super heavy, super thick. Lots of fruit in there. Uh-oh, we got an uncappy kitty. Got that cracked over there. Got this pouring on. Ooh, it's bubbling and fizzing. Super thick, super heavy, per usual. For Dreckers, this is right in line with what they usually do. Let's see if I can again manage to not spill it. Yes, this always gives like this weird ass bubbling head on there. It's like witch's brew or something like that. I don't know why it does that, but it does, and it's hilarious. But so yeah, blueberry, blackcurrant, lime, coconut, marshmallow. Ooh, definitely get that lime in there. Some berry notes. Ooh, that's really good. The marshmallow is super, super present in that. It's probably one of the most marshmallow flavorful of the marshmallow flavored beers that I've had, or sours, or whatever these fruited sours things are called. Usually the marshmallow falls off, but this one actually it's really, really nice and strong in there. I wonder if it's because this was brewed. It says it was brewed on 6/3, and it's 6/29 now, so it was only 3 weeks ago. So I guess those marshmallow flavors fall off pretty quick, which I guess doesn't really surprise me because marshmallow is a very delicate flavor. I guess anyway, it can easily be covered up by anything else, but yeah, really good. The lime isn't overpowering. It's not all super like zesty and bitter and pithy or anything like that. It's just a nice bright lime flavor. The berries, the currant. I'm a huge fan of this one. I'd actually say this is probably one of my favorite ones that I've had in quite a while. This Tropical Berry Blast Chunk from the Casera, again at Drecker. Out of Fargo, North Dakota. Man, that's really good. Woo, there's some tartness in there too. I need to come up with better adjectives than really good. That is a delicately, delightfully delicious, delicatessently made. I can just start making up big sounding words, but it's wonderful. I like it a lot. Some of these fruited sours get kind of funky and wacky with their flavor combinations. I don't know. These guys seem to do it. There's a sour, like the ones that are listed, just like sour, but not like smoothie like. I don't really get on board with those ones. They too funky for me. Like they're intentionally like I'm not a big fan of like sour candy or sour anything like that. Hey Mellow Mel, you got the kitty Mellow Mel in here trapped and she's meowing to get out, but she's trapped now. But yeah, these super sour ones, like I don't like Sour Patch Kids too much. I don't really do sour candies and sour foods. I mean, here and there, but as like the dominant flavor, not my thing. But these ones have just enough other things going on, and the sour kind of plays in the background. So I'm a big fan of these ones. Actually, yesterday I had a really delicious one called Even More Hydra, or Even More Hydra, I think. But it's from Mortalis and Evil Twin, and that thing was like cherries and raspberries and red currants. It was all these different funky, wacky things, and it was delicious. Probably the best fruit smoothie sour thing, fruited Berliner Weiss that I've had to date, and I was really impressed with the way it came out. I know if you're into the follow the craft beer world at all, Mortalis is one of the big names out there. They got lots of love and get lots of attention from all sorts of people all over the world. And Evil Twin, certainly in their own right, is equally as awesome. They're one of my favorites. I love a lot of stuff Evil Twin does. But I can finally see why Mortalis gets all the love that they do, because that thing was phenomenal. I mean, they had there's only been one other smoothie one that I had that was, I would say, on par with that one, and that was that Smoogie from Imprint. And I believe Imprint, I can't remember where they're from, somewhere in the Midwest. Man, those guys at Mortalis, that thing was rocking and rolling. See, it was just a little bit, didn't have that bite at the end of this one that all these ones have. It's like just, I don't know if it's design, I don't know if it's an intentional astringency, but that Mortalis one had all the same like tartness from the berry flavor profile, but it didn't have that bite back there. It was nice and smooth. I'm a big fan. I highly suggest trying one if you ever get the chance. Anything from Mortalis, because that thing was freaking rad. But enough waxing on about that. See, quicken video again today because we got that interview coming up here at 6:30. So, what was going on with TK and Drinks last week? We did have an interview last week. That's right, we met up last week. It was our first live video, two camera setup. I heard that the YouTube video was kind of choppy, so I'm not sure if that's going on. I keep checking up at my multi-camera setup here, and it looks like the video feed over at YouTube is doing pretty good. If anybody out there, give me a thumbs up or anything like that if it's choppy or if you can hear me. The audio thing seems to be going a bit on the low side, but I don't know. Doesn't specify anything, so I think we'll be all right. So let's see last Tuesday. So what else happened during the week? This last week, had a pretty quiet weekend. This last weekend, and trying to even remember what were we gonna do. Just been planning some more stuff for TK and Drinks. Got some planning on some stuff around the house. Got the works going on there. I don't remember why I didn't do anything last couple of weekends. Been putting in overtime at the regular job. It really cuts into a Saturday, even if you only put in like a partial day. Like it doesn't. It kills the rest of your weekend. It makes it feel like the Sunday is just never enough, or the whatever day your next day off, your 1 day full day off if you work 5 in a row like that. It just doesn't recharge you the way it should. It leaves you all dragging and sloth like the next couple of days, and I hate that about going back to work and whatever. It just leave me the 2 days. Still choppy on YouTube. If you're watching both of them, Mom, you need to probably just watch one or the other. That would be why it's choppy. I appreciate you trying to watch on both platforms, but definitely only one would be a lot better on your end. So Yeah. Or not, your choice, whatever. Love you. Um, so yeah, last week, see, did it have a tasting event? No, had the tasting event the week before that. Don't have any tasting events coming up this week. Got our approval for Bruminghorn Meadery to be our newest. I always get this wrong. This will be our newest customer for TK and Drinks that I'll be vending here in Phoenix area, at least here initially, until I can get a little bit wider distribution. But yeah, so definitely excited to get some Bruminghorn stuff. And one of the reasons we haven't pulled them in already is because of, as everybody knows, the weather around the West Coast is absolutely hell-like. 113 degrees in Phoenix. It was 118 degrees here last week in Phoenix. Like I said, 113 in Seattle. All up and down the West Coast, and I can't rightfully have meat shipped in, sitting in warehouses under these conditions. It's just not gonna. It's not gonna be beneficial to anybody. It's gonna just leave a whole nasty, literally nasty taste in everybody's mouth. So as soon as the weather cools down a little bit, we can ensure, proper. Let's say cold chain, but we can assume proper shipping conditions. We'll get that brought in, get that on the shelves, and I'm super excited about that one. Super excited for my first tasting event where I get to sample Bruminghorn meat stuff as well. And man, it's going to be a rad event because I feel like 3 solid meaderies now that the distribution brand. I feel like I've got a good solid foot in place, and I've got repeat customers and regular customers now that I've seen at least twice. So I mean that's something. And it's been a slow process, but it's picking up speed, and I'm not letting any of the baloney that get me down. It's so hard to keep a positive attitude about things when people don't, always. You've heard me wax on about it if you watch the TK and Drink live videos before. One of the things I always bitch about on the show is how emails and communication has gone by the wayside. People see email as something that they can be just disregarded, or maybe not even disregarded, just ignored. I mean, I don't want to put any intent on the level of venom or spite somebody has in their intention behind not responding to an email, but man, to just not even respond to somebody's email all these times at this time, it's just ridiculous. I can't really. I do my best to try to not perpetuate that stereotype, since how I freaking hate it. I guess it's not really a stereotype, but I do my best to not perpetuate that negative activity. And yeah, it still happens a lot. But unfortunately, it is one of those things that you have to deal with. So you just do your best, grit your teeth, and bear it. But we're not letting it get us down. We're drinking our delicious blueberry black currant coconut lime marshmallow beer. Man, these things are dangerous. You don't really taste the alcohol in them at all. It's like a fruit smoothie, man. He's like ready to pour over ice and throw a little like bee pollen, something in there, maybe even a little mead in there to help doctor it up. These things are like 6.5%, I think, 7%, not even. Oh no, I can't find where it says it. And it's too dark where I'm looking, where I'm trying to read. Fargo, yeah, no, it doesn't have the alcohol percentage on here that I see anyway. But there's no way that this thing is more than 6.5%. I think that's pretty much where most of these things live, is in the 6.5, 5.5 to 7% range tops. These, smoothie sours or whatever they are. But I tell you what, that's why I was saying they're dangerous, because they don't taste like any alcohol. It doesn't taste like there's any alcohol in them. You could totally doctor it up with some more alcohol, and make it into a mixed drink. I don't think don't know if beer's been too much of a mixed drink. Mixed, I say mixed drink, but I don't know if like smoothie sours and whatnot have been too much of mixers in mixed drinks. But, you know, with all the crazy shit that's going on lately, I don't see any reason why you couldn't. I would love to add a little bit of mead to this, you know, nice like strawberry melomel or something like that. Or even like a black currant mead would be nice. Add a little more of that black currant zip to it and really give it a little extra bite because, like I said, this is just dangerous. And at 6.5%, I feel like I'm just drinking like 3,000 calories. And it's as delicious as it is, it's not going to get me as drunk as I want it to. But that is what happens with these. I'm telling you, man, that marshmallow is just really coming through. I'm digging it a lot. Like a lot. I don't know what it takes to get marshmallow to come through. I mean, they actually, I'm sure use real marshmallows. I know mead makers get to, if they can, given access to the ingredients. What if you can get a meadow foam honey, adds a real marshmallowy type of texture and flavor to a mead. But I wonder if that would. What if you could actually use real marshmallow in secondary or something? I assume not, because this is basically whipped white sugar, which is kind of counterproductive to the whole mead making process. I mean, I guess it's really counterproductive, but certainly not conducive to what you really want. But man, marshmallow mead. See, and I've yet to have meadow foam honey anywhere because I feel like I'm just one of the unwashed masses that's unfortunate enough to not have been graced with its glory and presence here. But when I definitely get to try some, I'm going to be really looking forward to that marshmallow taste. There's some meaderies out there that make some great meadow foam honey meads, from what I understand, and I'm hoping I get to try one of those. I would love to try a single variety traditional from meadow foam, a sweet one, semi-sweet, even a dry. I wonder what a dry marshmallow mead would taste like. You know, meadow foam honey dry. That would probably be really, I don't say assaulting people, but it'd probably be really like confusing. Like it would be like, I know this is supposed to be sweet, but it comes off so dry and not sweet. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just really excited about this interview I got coming up later on today. And next week I got some more interviews. I got this next week or two actually stacked up with some solid interviews. This week I got tonight's interview with Mr. B's Meadery, and tomorrow I've got no interviews tomorrow. Thursday I have a meadery interview with my friend Tony from Mezencob Meadery in Mexico. And then next week I believe I have an interview with Colt Meadery in Tacoma and Asir Meadery up in Everett. I ran into all these cats up on my trip up in Washington, and I'm excited to get to talk to them all in a little more professional setting. It was kind of rambunctious and chaotic when I was up there, get kind of lost in the moment and wasn't really prepared to do interviews and stuff on the spot. But thankfully, they've all been super kind enough to reach back to me when I reached out to them about doing an interview, and they all seemed very excited about it, which is awesome because they're all super cool people that deserve to have their cool stories told, and I think are just going to make great interviews and great additions to the mead community, TK and Drinks mead community that we're pulling together here, or trying to pull together here anyway. So, 6:20, I'm going to have to go here in about 5 minutes or so I can get prepared for my interview with Mr. B's Meadery. Hey, if there's anybody that you would like to see interviewed on TK and Drinks, go ahead and shoot me a comment or shoot me an email, TK and Drinks, if you want to be on the TK and Drinks interview show. If you want to come on TK and Drinks Tuesday Night Live, do a little live chatting back and forth, something like that. I'd love to do something like that sometime. Or on the YouTube. I always forget that I got the YouTube going on. I don't know if you can do the live stream on the old YouTube, or not the live stream, but the link somebody into your live video. I know you can with the Instagram, but not sure on how all the YouTube live stuff works yet. So still working on that, but we'll get it all figured out. But anyway, anybody you want to see, if you got some questions, comments, concerns for me, hit me up, tkandrinks@gmail.com. Follow me here on Instagram or on Facebook if you want to keep up to date with all my content. And again, follow me, subscribe over on YouTube to stay up to date with those interviews, the mead reviews. So going to be pairing mead reviews with the interviews now, at least one of those for every interview. So be on the lookout for that. Starting actually with this interview, we got Mr. B's, Rose Petal, I think it's a collab. Yeah, collab with Blackbird, which I guess is one of his a business that's one of his neighbors. So I'm gonna be trying out that Rose Petal mead and giving that a review coming up here. So be on the lookout for both of those to be released here in the next week or so. Excited for that. And then, like I said, I got 3 more interviews planned up, so those will all be coming out. Sundays is our TK and Drinks What's the Story Sunday, where I release those interviews. So be on, again, look out for those. Mead reviews coming out sporadically over the next couple weeks as we get back ramped up from vacation and a couple other personal matters around the house and whatnot. So be on the lookout for all that stuff. And lots more coming from TK and Drinks. I had a Patreon thing. I was getting ready to release that. A lot of cats were kind of reaching out to me saying, hey, you should get one of those put together, see if we can do kind of like a TK and Drinks, like expensive meads and kind of like pool all our money together and buy a bottle, something like that. And I'm digging that, and I'm kind of even taking it to the next level. It's not quite ready yet, so I'm hesitant to release it. You know, I'm trying to be as professional as possible with this, stepping into the next generation of TK and Drinks. So, but do be on the lookout for that. Follow me, like I said, on all the social media, and you'll stay up to date with that. And you'll know soon as the TK and Drinks Patreon goes live. If you have any feedback on what price points should be or what you'd like to see included on any of those Patreon levels, I think I'm going to have 4 tiers to start off with. So if there's anything you'd like to see at any one particular tier, I believe we're going to be doing a community chat. I've got a Discord set up, so definitely looking forward to doing a Discord so I can chat with some people, whoever's going to show up there and whatnot. I think that's going to be a really fun thing. So we've got that on pretty much, I think, across all the levels. Got exclusive content. We're going to be trying to do exclusive videos, obviously, for anybody who pitches in on those expensive bottles and all that stuff. So we'll be doing some exclusive content type stuff. And, you know, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do on the gifts. I'm not big on the, I think the mugs and the tchotchkes and stuff that they have on there are kind of on the gimmicky side. Again, if somebody really gives me some feedback about wanting something like that, you know, maybe I'll turn it on and make something like that happen. I think I might do it just because from what I understand, it's free. Like if you get so many months that you subscribe in a row, they kind of give you like credit towards like these free things. So I'll probably turn it on for the sake of that, but I don't think I'll include any of those necessarily as gifts or reasons to subscribe at any certain level. But like I said, be on the lookout for the TK and Drinks Patreon stuff. We're going to have a couple really kick-ass, unique things going on in there as well. So be on the lookout there. Be on the lookout on my regular YouTube channel for all the, again, interviews and reviews and everything. Follow me here on the social media for my quasi-witty banter, some funny memes here and there, and my review videos, and trying to share more and more information about more and more meaderies and just share mead community stuff. So again, be on the lookout for all that stuff on all my social media and whatnot. But I am shutting it down again early tonight because interviews and whatnot. So thank you all for being here. Ooh, man, that is freaking tart. It's weird. It's so weird to be marshmallowy and tart at the same time like that in a beer. But thank you all for being here tonight. I will see you all later. Check out these interviews coming up too.